40 years of developing hockey players from youth to the pros, Minnesota Hockey Camps has a player development program for you. Located in Breezy Point, Minnesota, our professionally coached on-ice development sessions, off-ice speed training, weight room sessions, stick handling sessions, shooting skill sessions are the right program for you. MHC takes great pride in its tradition with developing NHL players like Chris Stewart, Ryan Bugsy Malone, Scotty Hartnell, and TJ Oshie. Our dedicated staff is ready for you. Come check us out at MinnesotaHockeyCamps.com. Sign up for your chance to become the player you've always wanted to be. Hashtag who will be next.
Cold showers, leaking pipes, furnace giving you the chills? Look no further. At Iron Range Plumbing and Heating, we've got you covered. From expert plumbing solutions to HVAC magic and all sheet metal work, we are your one-stop shop for comfort and reliability. Professional service from a team that cares. Say goodbye to household woes and hello to peace of mind. Call Iron Range Plumbing and Heating today and feel the difference.
At Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, we have the trucks. Over 47 new Silverados and Sierras sitting currently on the lot with more to come. We have all the options: LT, RST, LTZ, High Countries, ZR2s. We have heavy duties. We have Sierra, SLT, Elevations, Denali's. We are equipped for the truck you are looking for. With great rebates currently, with up to $12,500 off on select models, now would be a great time to take advantage of savings and get yourself into a new truck today. Grand Rapids GM in Grand Rapids, Minnesota.
Take two. Welcome everybody to the Tea with Miss McGill Show, presented by Aero Auto Glass and Supply. Aero Auto provides home services. So think of them at home for home windows. They'll install and repair your glass windows, glass doors, and those beautiful glass shower doors. Aero Auto offers commercial glass doors. Install them and repair them. And of course, Aero Auto provides windshield repairs and replacement with same-day services available. All of their work is warranted. They accept all insurance companies. For your convenience, Aero Auto Glass and Supply. Pay them a visit downtown Virginia and or downtown Hibbing. It is Puka speaking, star of the show, Coach Reed Larson. Look at this guy. Week 6 in the books, episode 120. Ho, ho, ho. How am I looking?
That is the ugliest sweater I've ever seen.
It's got a pocket. I mean, geez,
It's like
we're
a
really...
kitty cat on the... Kitty cat.
Yeah. Well, Merry Christmas, brother.
Yeah, same to you.
Yeah. Everyone's got to get home now. Get home, hug your mom. Christmas season. Speaking of the Christmas season, Grand Rapids, in our years, did you guys host a Christmas tournament back in the day?
Yeah, I don't remember if there was one that was hosted by Grand Rapids.
Okay.
I just remember in my time of coaching over in Virginia that there was one that was hosted by Hibbing.
Yep.
That teams would come up and play 3 games.
Yep.
And I believe it was a Purpich tournament.
Yeah, there was a George Purpich. Yeah.
George Purpich. They would play Virginia, Hibbing, in Grand Rapids, and there was a number of different teams that would come to it. I think at one point in time, actually, we hosted it that year. They played 3 games in 3 days: Rapids, Hibbing, and Virginia. And one of those years was the Lakeville North undefeated season. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So lots of different teams that had come to that. I think teams like Delano had came before.
Yeah,
and
Mod West Tonka. Yeah, I miss it. On Cambridge Isani would come up. I think 2022 was the last year.
Sure.
Hibbing had the 3, games, but because in our area, we used to host the one in Hibbing, the Purpich.
Yeah.
And it was like teams came north.
Yeah.
For the holidays, and then you hope to make state, you go south for the big tourney.
Yeah, right. Well, you get used
March.
to playing 3 in 3 days,
Yep.
So, yeah, and that was the case even back when it was being hosted up here. It was 3 in 3 days. You had 3 that week and then 3 the next week if you played for Rapids, because then you'd obviously have the Edina Classic. Too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what was that, huh? Jeez.
Somebody's
Somebody's getting fired up, yeah.
Love it.
All right, so another jammed week. We're going to get into some World Juniors stuff, the Golden Bear celebration over at the Hippodrome. So we touched on a little bit of holiday tournaments. I got one coming up in I Falls. But before we dive in, new subs this week: Mike Wellenring Scott Sandberg, Chris Smith, Steve Brown, and Sandra Judnick. So be just like these fine folks and subscribe to America's fastest growing hockey show right now. Time to get you up to the games of the week. Brought to you by the Ring Sports Bar and Grill, Eveleth's Best. Of course, I spent some time there on Saturday when I was over there. Breakfast on the weekends, lunch, dinner, daily specials, daily happy hour. Dinner specials, 248 8582, just on from the Hockey Hall of Fame. So this is the place to be during the holidays. Of course, the legendary fish fry on Friday nights, Saturday's prime rib. The no-brainers going on, as Coach Larson likes to call it. I picked mine up on Saturday. Spend $100, get 20 for free as far as gift cards. So a great last-minute present idea. Spend $100, give that one away as a present. You get to keep the 20. How about that for a deal? So
well, when you have as many kids as you do, that's probably a pretty good investment.
That's the thing. Well, and we try to go once a year. And plus when I'm playing hockey over there. So I stop at the Ring Sports Bar and Grill often. So this deal only goes until Christmas Eve. So you got 2 more days to get it done. The Ring Sports Bar and Grill in Eveleth. Okay, Coach, we'll start her off. So, boy, moved out, the rare Monday show, so it's not even close to a week ago. But so Thursday, you guys hopped the bus. How was the pasta buffet in Elk River?
Oh,
DJ Hill and Sammy's.
DJ Hill did an awesome job.
He?
It was really good down there. It's kind of similar to what you got here. When you go to Sammy's Pizza in Rapids, you get the buffet, except we get the guys to stay away from the pizza end before the game.
Yeah.
They had, perfect little penne noodles with Alfredo and chicken, and the penne noodles with the red sauce and the meatballs. So, and then they had themselves some salad. So, it was fantastic. It was a no-brainer cost at $10 a head. So that was awesome by DJ Hill, the former Greenway Raider.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now a huge supporter of Elk River hockey too. So
I heard I ran into his mom. His mom's at Glicks.
Okay.
She said, he coaches everything, is real involved. And
he does the STP program in the summertime for Gus and Elk River High School team.
Okay.
So, yeah, he helps out with that.
Okay.
Good dude.
Yeah, so give us a recap down from the Cake Eaters.
The Cake Eaterville. Well, this is always an interesting tournament for us when we go down there. It's 3 teams that are either ranked or close to it that we end up playing. Obviously, Edina's in the top 3 to 5 right now. Actually, that we came out pretty hot at the beginning of that Edina game. Came out in the first period and did a really good job. Levi Westby had his first start in that game for Grand Rapids and stood in there, made some huge saves in the first period. And we came into the locker room after period 1, up 1-0 on the Cake Eaters.
Yeah.
Some interesting things happened in the second period. Ended up going down and then pumping another one in a little bit later in the period. And then we get to the third period and we're actually down 4-2 in the third period. And we were still playing. I mean, they were getting opportunities. There's been power plays. Penalty kill was looking really good this weekend. Power play was looking good. We were finally scoring some power play goals.
Oh, good. Okay.
And there was this really weird play that happened coming into our zone. It looked as if Edina's making a line rush into our zone, and it looked as if it might have been offsides. And the linesman was behind, but you had the referee up front, and 10 guys on the rink stopped skating, except for, actually 9 guys stopped skating, except for the guy that had the puck. So they heard something that sounded like a whistle. I don't know. I went back and listened to it, and you could hear it in the background. You couldn't tell if it was a whistle or if it was a kid screaming, high-pitched scream. But at any rate, everybody, except for the kid that had the puck, stopped skating, even our goalie. And he goes into the zone, wraps around, skates behind the guys that all stopped and buried it, and they called it a goal. And we're sitting there like, didn't the whistle just blow? And that made it 5-2, and it kind of like after that, it was like, oh, crap. Oh. We're not getting any bounces now. That's their bounce. That was kind of their... We had chances to kind of put pucks in the net early before that, and then after that, it was kind of all Edina. Okay. The momentum went, and it ended up 7-2, but it was 4-2 at that time.
Yeah,
and we were still in the game, making plays and working hard, and so that was the first night. We kind of came out of that, feeling like we played better than what the score said, and I think even coaching staff said the same thing. You guys don't look at the scoreboard. I know how you're thinking right now. It said that to Westby. That was his first start. He actually played really well, considering 7 goals up on the board, but he actually played really well. went back to the hotel and said, you guys, let's start looking at some of these things and building off some of the positives. And came into the next night playing Eden Prairie, and we're actually up 2-0 after the first period. Ended up taking a penalty or two in the second period. Boom, boom, they're up already on it, or tied already 2-2 within the first probably 3 minutes of the second period. And then they popped another one in. So they're up 3-2. We come into the third period, battling. They end up scoring. It's 4-2, and we go and pop one in kind of late on the power play. We needed to. We actually got a power play. We took a timeout because we needed to in order to score on that power play. Scored, made it 4-3, but we just didn't have enough time to try and keep going. We pulled a goalie, but we didn't have a second timeout, obviously. It would have been nice to be able to do that. So I ended up losing to EP 4-3. That one kind of stung a little bit more. Like, that was a game that got away from us.
Like, gave it away.
Yeah, we should have won that hockey game. No disrespect to Eden Prairie, but we just didn't feel like that second period was good at all. There was nothing good that happened in that second period. But then night 3, we're playing Elk River, and the good, bad, and the ugly in that game. We had some moments where we were pretty good at the beginning. We had some moments where we weren't very good. Some weird shots made it in the back of our net. I should go back and say, so the second night against Eden Prairie, Levi Westby played again. Okay. Back-to-back games. The third night, we ended up having Drew playing. Drew Skorczewski played in our net.
So is that the 4th different tender this year?
Yeah, we played 4 goalies this year. Yep.
Okay.
So he started against Elk River. Like I said, it was kind of an interesting game at times. We played well for a while. Then there's some moments where he had to kind of grind and dig deep, and then we found ourselves in a hole in the third period. We were down 4-1 with 12 minutes left in that game, and battled our way back, tied it at 4, scored the game winner. Andrew Rylas scored the game winner, made it 5-4, and then Seth Carlson found an open net to make it 6-4. And this was all in the last 12 minutes of the game. At the 12-minute and something mark, we were down 4-1 and won the game 6-4. So that was one of those ones where it's like we just hadn't found a way to win a big top end game all year up to that point. It's like with the teams that we beat, and Proctor and Roseau, those were games that I think probably should have won. Yeah. No disrespect to either teams, but now going into that Elk River game, that's a good hockey team. They're always a top end team. It's one of those ones where you walk out of that with a win the way we did, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. So, sure. And not only did you win, but you ended up scoring 5 goals.
Yeah, the comeback.
Yeah, in the last 12 minutes of the game. So, yeah, I'll have to maybe send you a clip of the goal so that you can post it on our Facebook page. I took video of that. Andrew Ryla walked out of the corner to score the game winner. He kind of danced around 2 guys and shot it from a bad angle shot right over the goalie's right shoulder through an area about that big.
Really?
It was, and actually a few minutes before that, he tried to do the Michigan and it didn't work, but ended up walking out of the corner and thump. It was like everybody in the building is like, what did he just do? How did that even go in? It looked like it went in through the side of the net. It was that bad of an angle. Unreal play.
That's why he shoots puck, kids, right?
Well, that's just it. And
all right, fellas, you just can't get the hockey itch out of yourself. The college route isn't for you. Community college route isn't for you. The junior hockey route isn't for you. Well, there's still hockey that you can play. Why don't you check out the Jackson Hole Moose out in Jackson Hole, Wyoming? Take a look at these guys. Full crowds, full hockey, packed houses every night. Get a hold of TJ Thomas on Facebook, and he can get you hooked up with what's going on out there in Jackson Hole.
Integral Hockey Twin Ports offers top-of-the-line junior, intermediate, and senior sticks for sale. Integral also repairs shafts, blades, and goalie sticks using their patented process that restores your stick's original performance. Same flex, same kick point. Shaft and blade repairs come with a lifetime warranty at the repair spot, so you can trust your stick to perform game after game. Give Sand a call, 218-940-9089.
Would you like to hear about Zorba's specials? On Mondays, it's Micro Monday. All taps are just $4. Tuesdays, $3 tacos and $4 Dos Equis. Wednesdays, personal pizzas $8 and domestic taps $4. Thursdays, We have deals on nachos and $5 Surly Taps. We offer trivia on Wednesdays at 6 p.m., bingo on Thursday at 6 p.m., and then karaoke Thursdays at 10 p.m.
Just some huge kudos in that game. Drew is 2-0 in the net for us right now, and his two starts that he's had, he's 2-0. That's a huge shout out for Drew. Andrew Ryla was unbelievable in that game. Seth Carlson has been unbelievable for
starting to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, for 5 or 6, 7 games in a row. He's been really good. Jamison Duell was really good. And Ari Lampa had an unbelievable weekend.
I
And
saw
he
he
scored
was
a goal.
player of the game twice. Yeah.
Scored a goal in that route to come back from on the comeback route in Elk River. He scored a goal in the second period. The first one for us, he scored that one, and then after that, he's one of those grinder type of players that his presence of being tough and being hard on pucks and just playing his role got him player of the game. You don't need to score points in order to become a star of the game. You don't. It's good if you do, but if you do your role and you do it the best you can and you're an impact because you're doing your role, that's a huge shout out for him. Big time. 2 nights in a row, we're pointing him out in the locker room. Like, if you guys played with the same kind of heart that he did in the last couple of games, if everybody did that, we wouldn't lose.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
So,
Congrats, Art.
yeah, it was, for going down there and going, 1-2 on the weekend, you kind of look at it like, oh, crap, you didn't even, you'd like to go 2-1 or 3-0, but coming out of there with a win, and there's some positives to come out of that game for the weekend and bringing us into some section play, which we'll talk about here.
Right, yeah. The Donna section game. So, all right, so Saturday, I had the privilege of getting over to the Hip on a pretty chilly afternoon. Caught up with the Golden Bears and the big celebration. Couple of legends in the house, TJ Thomas and John Mayasich. I mean, a couple
in the same set,
same building.
TJ,
Castellano, Vucci, I think that's the way you pronounce it. But those are some of the guys from the '50s. It was pretty cool to see. But got to talk to Mayasich just really quick. But it was kind of short and sweet. The program. Past guest Willie Speltz, the MC. I think Willie obviously had a lot to do with this. So thank you, Willie. I thought it was well done. Like I said, it was kind of short and sweet. Didn't get kind of drug out. Oh, and by the way, for Mayasich, for some of you kids, all-time leading scorer at the Gophers. Still played there in the '50s and 1960 gold medal winner for, of course, Team USA. But yeah, thank you to Willie and a decent crowd. The lobby was really busy during that JV game right before everything. But of course, that was a lot of the players and that were being showcased. So when they're on the ice, obviously they're not in the stands. So I was hoping for a packed house, but it was a decent crowd. And then as far as the game, you talk about a quick start. Rogers just said, the Rogers kids did sit and watch the ceremony, which I thought was good and classy. But they got 2 quick ones. I mean, so I'm standing. You come into the Hippodrome.
Yep.
And they're shooting in the opposite net. One of them was a fast rush. The other one, I couldn't even see what happened. It's just stuff in front of the net. There's too many guys standing, but they're up 2-0 quick. Shots kind of got a little ugly, pretty lopsided in Rogers' favor. But late in the game, our guy, the Tasmanian Devil, Kaz Carlson, he scores 2 in the last 4 minutes, and then on his last shift hit the pipe. He almost had the natty hat trick to make it 5-3. Rogers just has a lot. I mean, they were deep, and you could just see the little things, passes hard, move the puck on the power play. I was going to ask you, so we go to Margie's after, so a shout out to Louise and everyone at Margie's they had a little post game with some food and everything. And how many, just a guesstimate in your mind, because you follow this more, how many kids do you think Rogers cut at the high school level?
Just so everybody knows.
Oh, I would think that they probably ended up cutting maybe 10 or 12 guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, we think about programs up here like in Ely that might struggle for numbers, or Greenway some years, or North Shore, it's like, how many guys are, getting cut on a program,
right?
The size of Rogers. So, but a fun day. Got to see a lot of, I'm sure if you look around on social media, you see all the pictures, but I'd say about 8, 9, 10 guys from the 93 teams. And I knew some of the 99 guys, but the 93 team were more. But so we, at the game, we got to go visit after March. It was a great day. and they were singing the fight song. They had the some of the clown band guys there, so it was great. Yeah, it was they did a good
I
job.
did see one of those goals that Roger scored. I think it was a follow the puck.
Yeah, the short side
something
one.
on TikTok. It was like actually it was far side. He came down the right hand side from a tight angle and actually was shooting from that side, and it went across the goalie.
Oh, it
and
did
hit
go
that.
across?
Yeah,
Oh, I
because
thought-
they do that. I don't know what they call that move now. What the goalies do, but they always kind of crouch up tight to the pipe like this, and it left that upper corner wide open on the other side. Bump goal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were, like I said, they're pretty impressive. Are they in with? Is Andover with them, or did they get booted? So Andover
Hanover
came
and Maple Grove are in that section.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So they got a battle, but
Well,
yeah,
that's Maple Grove is good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maple Grove's good, and I don't know. Have you heard anything on Andover? I'm assuming they're
Hanover's
good.
still good
Yeah,
no matter
right,
what.
right. So,
And
yeah.
we'll see them here in a month.
Right. So tough section, but like I said, good job to everyone over there in Evelyn that was involved in this Golden Bear celebration. And then I did catch a little bit of the Chisholm Hibbing. I was streaming that a little bit. They took care of Matamidi 7-4 at home. Isaiah Hildebrand went over 100 points. I saw that on social media. And then remember the bruh.
Bruh.
So I caught a clip. Chisholm Hibbing, Cambridge Isant. That was Thursday for that Blue Jacket Cup. Our boy Jackson Strukel gets the bruh award because he goes and grabs the puck for Cash Collins.
Yep.
Congrats, Cash, at his first ever varsity goal, and their 10-3 win. Benny Gath with a hat trick, shut out Benny. But, like we talked about this, teams that do that kind of stuff are teams that win because
they do.
they're tight. They
Well, they're
thinking of
selfless.
others. Yeah.
They're selfless, That's what a guy does. That's a leader on the team that's scored a few goals, that's had a few points. He sees when that's important to somebody that they score their first goal. He's going to be the one to grab that puck.
Yeah, and it's right away. Like, you see him, he's kind of
Boy,
skating to
Strooks.
celebrate like, you normally do, and it's like, quick right turn into the net,
Yeah.
And actually another guy kind of followed him. So our first for 25-26. So kids, that should do to be a good teammate. All right, anything else on the games of the week?
Nope.
Okay, hammer that thumbs up button right now, and we will get into our previews presented by Aspire Heating and Control, your local Bryant dealer. And Bryant is the official heating and cooling company of your red hot Minnesota Wild. Aspire specializes in gas, electric, and hydronic heating and cooling systems for existing and new construction, residential and commercial installations available. Services include forced air systems, boilers, heat pumps, mini splits. They are, of course, licensed and bonded. Justin is your guy. He's a hockey guy. 218-999-5957. Or if you just need a furnace tune-up, it's that time of the year, give Justin a call, 999-5957. All right, not literally right now, but by the time we post this, Rock Ridge is hosting Gentry this week, and then they will travel to Forest Lake next Tuesday. And then Gentry is going to scoot over to Hibbing tomorrow, take on the Blue Jackets for a 3 o'clock matinee, and then Hibbing will also host Delano on Saturday for another matinee. And then Saturday this week, the Thunderhawks head to Forest Lake.
2 o'clock Forest Lake game down in Flake, Minnesota. And that's where, like we said, the Thunderhawks are now starting to kind of get into a lot more of the section play here as we get into closer to the new year. This one, and then obviously the next week after that, playing Duluth East. So getting into some really important section play, and after playing a really, really tough first 10 games of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good luck to the Thunderhawks. And then we talked about the rivalry game last weekend, Denfeld East. Well, tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Cloquet, Hermantown in Cloquet.
That should be interesting.
Could be some penalties.
That could be interesting. Well, we know it. I mean, and the only reason why I tend to point this out a little bit more is because Shea Walters is a Hibbing guy.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know as well as I do, Shea is not going to go out of that lightly.
Yeah.
He will make sure that guys are playing a certain way, and that way is to knock bodies around.
Yep.
And obviously, Hermantown having one heck of a year thus far, sitting at the number 1 spot in single A right now, just behind them is Hibbing Chisholm. But Cloquet is just down the wire, not too far.
Yeah, no,
I think they're 9 or 10 right now.
Yeah, they're in the top 10.
Yeah, so they're looking at trying to climb those rankings. They're looking at trying to gain a little bit more respect across the state as far as where they're sitting right now. And I can't imagine Hermantown's going to take that one lightly. I mean, I would assume that they're going to be looking at this like, hey, you guys better be strapping up and buckling up tight because Hermantown or Cloquet is going to come at you tough.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, because Cloquet I said the statement win over East Grand Forks a couple of weeks ago. They lost a tight one to Cathedral 2-1, but then they beat Matamidi on Friday night, like 5-2. I'll have it in the scores and more here. But so that'll be an interesting one. Rosa World, they'll meet each other twice in January. So like I said, a lot of the rivalry games here are coming up on the schedule. All right. We'll move on to scores and more. Smash the like button if you can. So New Year's is coming. Want to have fun? How about up at Fortune Bay Resort and Casino on beautiful Lake Vermilion? Fortune Bay offers 172 rooms and a smoke-free resort indoor pool, full-service marina, RV park, world-class golf, several dining options, a bar, and of course, all the gaming you can handle. If you jump on their Facebook page, they've got a packed schedule for New Year's Eve, all kinds of New Year's Eve festivities going on. So jump on their Facebook page or visit fortunebay.com for more details. You can plan your trip right now. Okay, Ely downed by Mora 6-4. Brainerd stomped by STMA 8-1. Okay, 4-2 winners over Matamidi, excuse me. Another rivalry game that went off last week. I Falls, Fort Francis Muskies, 4-4 tie. I think that one, and someone can comment, was up there because last year Perp was rough and they kind of had that bench clear and brawl.
I remember that
at the end of the game, so I'm assuming that was up at the Fort.
Turned into a little bit of melee.
Yeah, that was a big, like not 5-on-5, like 10-on-10 or 15-on-15. That was a big one. Duluth East dashed Denfeld 7-2 in that rivalry game. The Raiders go with Greenway with a 4-0 loss to Red Lake Falls. Hermantown with another win, 7-4 over Maple Grove.
That's a huge win for Hermantown.
Yeah, and that was on the road.
Yeah, and that's a tough place to play. Yeah. That's a big rink in Maple Grove. It's an Olympic-sized sheet. Maple Grove still sitting in one of those top spots at AA, and Hermantown comes down there and beats them.
Yeah, and I would have to say, I think last couple of weeks, Hermantown, to me, what I expected was overperforming.
Yeah,
they're on the.
Well, they're reaching that. They're reaching that peak right now. Hopefully, they don't peak early, Coach Andrews.
Well, you never know. North Shore dropped by Mora 4-1. Duluth Marshall, we talked a little bit about last week. They continue their winning ways with the 5-2 win over Brainerd. And the Walleyes got Edina Hornets update, where you heard a little bit from Coach Larson, and they also disposed of Eden Prairie 6-1 at the Edina Classic last week.
Well, here's another little piece for maybe Walleye Scott that I didn't mention when we talked about the Classic, but if anybody was kind of Saturday or Friday night flipping through TikTok's Follow the Puck, you would have seen that between Elk River and Edina, there was a little bit of a melee at the end of the second period. There was a big hit that happened in front of the Edina bench. Or maybe it was in front of the Elk River bench. Whatever bench it was the Edina player kind of big high hit on an Elk River guy. It was eventually he ended up getting a 5-minute major for head contact and a game misconduct. But right after that started a 5-person line where helmets were off, guys were throwing punches. I don't know how there weren't people that were suspended from that game. The only one that was suspended was the one who had the high hit.
Oh, really?
But otherwise, they got 2-minute minor roughing penalties. And there were punches being thrown.
Yeah, well, and we saw, of course, we talked about the Moorhead game here the weekend before. They were throwing punches, no helmets gone, but they were all 5 in the, well, it was 5-on-4 at the time, so 4 more hits.
This was worse than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was center ice, and there's bodies on the ground. There was guy on top of the other one throwing punches. It looked like it was actual junior line brawl. So the only thing you didn't see guys drop the gloves. I mean, they were throwing punches with the gloves on, and one guy had his helmet ripped off. And
I did see that. Yeah. So as far as you know, no suspensions.
There was only one, and that was the kid that made the initial hit. And I don't remember what his name was, but he's an Edina guy.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. All right. So World Juniors going on. So if you didn't know. Again, this will kind of be going on as we post, but there are some prelim games. They haven't advertised very well, but they are going on to Sanford Center in Bemidji. So tonight is Monday. If you're in that area and you want to catch some World Junior games, get over to Sanford as soon as you see this post. And tomorrow night, they will be, they've been going on at Amsoil, also in Duluth. So tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 6 p.m., USA Finland will be going on. So if you want to get your fill, and then of course at Grand Casino Arena next week for all the main events. So these are just like, I don't even know if they call them prelims or warm up. I don't think they really matter. They're more like warm up games.
Well, they are just kind of like pre-medal kind of games, kind of like they do in the Olympics.
Yeah, just to kind of get some gelling going on. So, take advantage. You love that kind of hockey. It's in the area. It's only here every once in a while. So, like I said, tonight at Sanford, tomorrow night, 6 p.m., Amsoil in Duluth. I guess we're on those lines. Max Plant will be playing. And I am right now, December, when are we at, 22nd? Yeah, yesterday was the first day of winter shorts day there. Hobie Baker winner this year, Max Plant. That's my pick. So
there you go.
He's tearing it. So I'm kind of thinking this is it for him at UMD too. I think.
Yeah, I don't think he continues on after this. I think the guy decides he's going to move up and play in the NHL.
Yep. All right, and while we got a little time, a little slower week here with some of the holiday stuff, I want to get it back out there. The Single A Section 7 tournament needs to be moved to the ITMEC, the Iron Trail Event Center in Virginia. I'm going to call out a few people here that I need your help with. So these people, but not limited to, we need people like Chris Isbell with the IRRB, Willie Speltz, Mr. Hockey over there in Rock Ridge, John Clarich, make a call, Derek Barty, principal over at Hibbing, Kenny Janander, took over for Pat Geyer. Congratulations, Pat Geyer, in retirement. So Kenny's, it's his dad's old job. That's awesome.
Yep.
Of course, Andy Surdich, Pokey Venn over there in Eveleth, former school board member, Jammer, head coach Hibbing. Quad City Area Chamber of Commerce, you should be on this. All you local politicians, Quad City mayors, County Commissioner Keith Nelson, like I said, state rep senators, and you, the listeners. So let's get on this. Let's get this moved. Even though it's convenient for us, we're hosting a party. It's kind of nice to have everyone there, but hockey belongs on the range, and we can get that. Single A, because the double A will be done. The single A, because now that Rock Ridge is double A, the single A section can be right there at the new rink, and they could fill the house instead of having only half the seats full for that single A championship game. It would be a heck of a better environment for the kids. All right, and then just happy holidays. Thankful for everything at Goat Sports. Thankful for Reed. We had another good year. Some of the guys in the other podcast, the One to Go show, Ryan, Changa, Bert, Reggie's always helping out with us. So just want to say, thankful for another great year in 2025 with both shows, and thankful for everything everybody does at Goat Sports. And anything with you?
No, just taking a look at the next few days here and making sure that everybody has a safe and good holiday, the Merry Christmas, and make sure that you hug your family and enjoy whatever vacation time you may have. And there's only one way to spend the holiday season, and that's watching hockey.
Not football. While you're watching hockey. I love it. But no, take some time. I mean, I just love, it's like this week, and then I don't take a lot of breaks, but this week and then the week of like around the 4th, just gonna eat a lot. I got eggnog. I got Tom and Jerry's batter in the freezer. I got eggnog. Fudge, I got fudge, I got turtles, I got everything, So if I don't consume 5,000 calories the day before Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, if I don't consume, I'll be really disappointed in myself. So, all right, anything else to add? Episode 120.
Nope.
All right, well, we love hearing from you. Please comment. Many new subscribers again. So for you new subscribers, we are on X. Find us under T McGill. Instagram, Spotify, and Apple, you can find us with Tea with Miss McGill. Facebook, YouTube, you find us under Goat Sports Media LLC, and Rumble, it's Goat Sports, just one word. So follow us all those places. Of course, merch, caps, t-shirts. If you need a last minute Christmas gift, get a hold of us there. And a big thank you to the greatest partners on earth, Virginia Family and by Waback Family Dental, Aspire Heating and Control, the Ring Sports Bar and Grill, Arrow Auto Glass and Door, Fortune Bay Resort and Casino, Zorbas of Grand Rapids, Iron Range Goalie Academy, Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC, Minnesota Hockey Camps, the Jackson Hole Moose Hockey Club. Another shout out to TJ. It was good seeing you, Teach. Thanks for everything. Iron Range Plumbing and Heating and Integral Hockey Twin Ports. For Reed Larson, I am Puka. Get out there and be your dream. Merry Christmas, everyone. You're tuned to the Goat Sports Media Audio Network, cleaned by Virginia Family Dental.